Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted. You can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Morning football fans, you're welcome to the channel. So it's good morning football. So Liverpool lose the FA Community Cup Charity Shield to Crystal Palace. Very brilliant play from Crystal Palace, in my opinion. They had more shots on target. People might say Liverpool dominated the game in terms of possession, but for me, like I said, football is the purest expression of art, and art is subjective. So this is enough where a lot of coaches, pundits, and even fans feel like there's only one way of playing good football supposedly. It's just crazy talk to me. Now, you mustn't be possession dominant to dominate the play. And for me, my opinion, Crystal Palace dominated the play, chances created, shots on target. They had more of those than Liverpool, in my opinion. Liverpool had a lot of possession, fair play, but I think Crystal Palace were well deserving. But I've said this before on the previous channel, and I'll say it again. Once the Premier League draws closer, you get excited to watch your team play, whether it's Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, or Manchester United, whichever team you root for. But then you see these officials come up with crazy calls. And what makes it even worse is you've got technology, you've got VAR, you've got camera angles. You have cameras at every angle perceivable. And you see the ball hit McAllister's arm, outstretched arm, and yet it's not a penalty, and yet it's not given. It's just crazy to me. So fair enough, Crystal Palace went on to win 3-2 on penalties, but that could be in a Premier League game. Liverpool could be winning 1-0 towards the end of the game, a minute to go, and then the opposition team gets a penalty like that, and it's not given. So we need to see consistency. You can't spend and invest so much money, on technology, and then you keep getting these calls wrong. For me, it makes no sense. But overall, cheers to Glasner and his team for how he set them up from last season, wins the FA Cup, should, in my opinion, be in the Europa League. I don't know what you hear on about with this multi-club ownership thing, to my mind, which I feel is a legitimate rule or regulation, but it is immoral, in my opinion. That's how I see this multi-club ownership rules or law, whatever you want to call it. So fair play, in my opinion. And Mo Salah missed a penalty, and some people are saying whether he's declining. I'm not quite sure that he's declining, but one thing is certain is Father time comes for us all, comes for every football player. And I think maybe Liverpool may just have, been over smart with signing him to a new deal. I felt like the best time to let a player like Mo Salah go is when he's at his zenith. I think maybe he's made a mistake as well. This is not to say Liverpool will not do well in the coming Premier League to start this coming weekend. But I think that was the best time to sell him, and the best time for him to leave. You live on a high. You come through, you play so well, you score a lot of goals, a lot of assists, topping it up, winning the Premier League. So that with that, you should just bow out, and walk away into the sunset to say, won the league, and that would have just been beautiful. But now he decided to stay on like Tyson Fury, and I just hope I hope things don't go too badly for him, because football fans are super fickle. It just takes 2 to 3 bad games or poor games on the bounce for Mo Salah, and he's gone. And he's gone. He's no longer the Mo Salah that Liverpool fans will say they love, and they may even want him out of the club. So, but let's see how it all shakes down. They do have a very good team. Ekitike scored his first goal for Liverpool in a competitive fixture. So fair play to him on that one. Frimpong got his goal. Fair play to him on that one. But one thing, we're beginning to see the Frimpong thing. Yeah, he will overlap. He will be exciting to watch. But you have those spaces in behind. You cannot deny that whatsoever. You cannot deny that. And Crystal Palace, I think, that a team that teams should watch out for. I'm not saying they suddenly have become title contenders. I'm not saying they're going to finish in Champions League spots, but you have to be mindful of that team, that Crystal Palace team, the way they set up, the way Glasner decided to go with 3 at the back, play with wing backs, hit teams on the break. They could very well be the Nottingham Forest of the 2025-2026 season. So let's see how that all shakes down. And then as well, yesterday Chelsea played the preseason game and ran out 4-1 winners against AC Milan. So I think this Chelsea side are proving that they're maturing. Estevao Willian came on in the second half, showed quality. João Pedro started the game, showed quality as well. He scored a beautiful goal. And then he was a thorn in the side of the AC Milan defenders. Kubasi, an AC Milan defender that was so bad for his, had a bad day in the office, absolute bad day in the office. Considered the own goal in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then went on to consider a red card for as he was the last man, and he indeed fouled and brought down João Pedro. So for me, I think it was a very bad day for him at the office. And Liam Delap came off the bench to score 2 goals. Happy for him, because the media had already started their thing. Because João Pedro scored in the game versus Bayer Leverkusen, and he didn't score. He started the game, but Bayer Leverkusen didn't score. Came off, João Pedro came on the pitch instead, and the media already went on with their madness to say, "Oh, Liam Delap is already regretting his move to Chelsea," which is just madness in my opinion. One thing I want Chelsea fans to know is this: with Liam Delap, you get exciting highs where he comes in 2 goals, absolutely batters the defenders, but you'd also have games where he just shows you that he's young, he's raw, he's still inexperienced playing at this level. So you just have to handle it. Don't go to either extreme, in my opinion. My advice to Chelsea fans in that regard. And then as well, Estevao Willian, one thing that really gets me about this kid is not just his ability, which is clear for all to see, but the maturity he shows. He won the penalty against AC Milan, and he was meant to take the penalty, and he already picked up the ball, was walking towards the penalty spot. Then Liam Delap came up to him and asked to take the penalties, and he graciously let him take the penalty. So fair play in my opinion. Bino Gittins, I think, was good, wasn't super excellent. He had good moments, but definitely could improve. Esugo had a good performance. Cole Palmer had a very good performance, improving with his set pieces and free kicks. So a brilliant game in my opinion from a Chelsea fan's perspective. Now I want to talk about some Nigerian news. I have to talk about some Nigerian players here now. So first on the list is Tolu Arokodare. He scored again. Good for him. He scored again, though his team lost. Good for him. He's back on the scoring trail. He started the first game, he scored again. Nothing new there. And I wonder why clubs like Newcastle United think they're sleeping on this guy a bit too much, in my opinion. And I think they're going to maybe considering paying 60 million for Nicholas Jackson. Let's see. And I assure you, Tolu Arokodare, you get him for a fraction of 60 million pounds. But let's see how that shakes down. I'm just happy that he's back in amongst the goals. So fair play for him. And then as well, in previous videos I talked about Divine Onyemachi, the Nigerian youngster that was on the books of West Brom Albion. He was linked to move to Lecce in the Italian Serie A, and the reports I saw this morning, not fully confirmed, that he's now moved to Lecce. Still waiting for more confirmations on that one. But the thing is, I want to make sure that doesn't happen here is, I hope he's actually going to play. I hope it's not one of those things where he lives on the 19 side, on the 20 side in West Brom, and then goes over to Lecce and plays for their under 20 side again. I just hope that doesn't happen. Now it's different if you go there and the first couple of games you play for the under 20 side, and then afterwards you go on to play for the senior team. Because for me, academy to academy moves never really work for me. Those lateral moves don't work for me, in my opinion. But I hope that is not what he gets, to face, in my opinion. So another player I have to talk about is Arierhi Kparobo, on fire again. He scored 2 goals. In the last couple of days, in the last league game he played for Mjøndalen, the club where he's on loan. So brilliant performance all round by Arierhi Kparobo. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. So fans, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Liverpool losing the Community Charity Shield. I know a lot of them are going on about, oh, we've dodged the Charity Shield cost. No, you lost a game. You got battered and you rightfully lost. But I don't think that means anything that they're going to struggle in the league. Well, let's see how those shake down. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.